Everyone's watching Travis Hunter become a superstar. But while the cameras weren't rolling, Shedeur Sanders just humiliated Dylan Gabriel at Browns rookie camp, and no one's talking about it. What I just found out behind the scenes changes everything.
The last time the NFL had someone in the face of the league conversation that wasn't a quarterback.
Interesting.
Because I think he's got a shot at it. And I understand Jacksonville part hurts him. Because as much as I love Duval, I understand they're not a major market. But every single piece of PR, and all of it's been like unearned, or what do you call that? Where you don't
earned PR.
Where they don't pay for it.
Yeah,
It's earned
media.
PR. Okay, earned media. Thank
yeah.
you, KW. Even the little viral moment of him and the nice lady on the airplane this weekend, like it's just, none of it seems fake, none of it seems forced, and he just seems awesome. And I do believe that he is going to, with regularity, be on shows like this.
Travis, tell us about Shedeur, why he should be a Heisman winner.
He's dominated every game we have played so far. He could throw over 900 yards already in the last 2 games versus great competition. I mean, no interception, 7 touchdowns. You can't get any better than that.
Absolutely.
Damn good answer. That's a damn good answer. Yeah. Go ahead, Shannon, go ahead.
As a Shedeur Sanders fan, we just got some absolutely insane news from Browns rookie camp that's got me fired up. While everyone's talking about Travis Hunter potentially becoming the new face of the NFL, Shedeur just quietly went out there and absolutely dominated Dylan Gabriel in Cleveland. And let me tell you, the way these analysts are talking about what happened behind the scenes has me thinking we might be witnessing something special. From what I've seen in these clips, there's some serious drama brewing in Cleveland that nobody's talking about. And I think Shedeur is about to shock a lot of people who counted him out. You guys are not going to believe what I just discovered about how he's handling all this pressure. Look, I get it. Travis Hunter is getting all the attention right now. And honestly, he deserves it. When's the last time we had someone who wasn't a quarterback in the face of the league conversation? The dude's special, and from what I've seen, he's got that natural charisma that just can't be faked. Every piece of PR he gets seems completely earned. Even that viral moment with the nice lady on the airplane this weekend. None of it feels forced, and that's rare in today's NFL. But here's what's got me excited. While everyone's focused on Travis, Shedeur's been quietly putting in work in Cleveland, and I think we're about to see something special unfold. I mean, think about it. These two Colorado teammates are about to take the NFL by storm in completely different ways, and I'm here for all of it. Travis has that rare combination where he might go both ways successfully. But as the analyst pointed out, he's got to be great at one of those ways. If he's just productive at both receiver and DB, it'll be cool initially, but might fade away. But if he's phenomenal at receiver and good on defense, man, that's when he becomes a legitimate face of the league candidate. And from what I've seen, he's got that confidence that doesn't seem cocky. He's just honest about his abilities. Here's what jumped out to me though. When Travis was talking to the media about defense being pretty easy, that's not cockiness. That's just him being real with everyone. If any other rookie said that, we'd be like, ho, slow down there. But with Travis, it just feels authentic. The kid's been the #1 recruit in high school, overachieved at every level. And then we found out he was an academic All-American, too. Like, this dude just keeps stacking achievements. But let me shift gears here, because this is where things get really interesting for us Shedeur fans.
Shedeur is asked about proving people wrong. Brew your reaction.
When I first saw the quote, it's a great soundbite. And that's what I thought. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, that's a great soundbite. But it's basically the same thing. It's semantics. But then watching him and watching the interview, something else struck me. He has the unusual ability, I think, from what he's saying and his demeanor and all that, to not care at all about what people and society, the media, whatever, says about him. That's what he comes off like. Because again, I would think most people, yeah, you put up a front, but everybody thought you were going in the first round, if not in the top 10. And you fell all the way to 5th. And his vibrancy, his personality, his confidence doesn't seem the least bit shaken. Like he seemed, maybe he would, if he was drafted high in first round.
Meanwhile, in Cleveland, our boy Shedeur Sanders just showed everyone exactly why they made a mistake letting him fall to the 5th round. And I'm telling you guys, the way he's handling this whole situation has me more convinced than ever that he's built different. When I first saw his quote about proving people wrong, I thought it was just a great soundbite. You know, typical rookie stuff. But then I watched the actual interview, and something else completely struck me. This kid has this unusual ability to genuinely not care what people, society, or the media says about him. And I'm not talking about putting up a front. I'm talking about legitimate mental toughness that you rarely see. Think about this for a second. Everybody, and I mean everybody, thought Shedeur was going in the first round, if not the top 10. The dude falls all the way to the 5th round, which had to be devastating, right? But his vibrancy, his personality, his confidence doesn't seem the least bit shaken. That's not normal, guys. Most people would be crushed for that kind of public rejection. But here's what I love about what he said. They don't take up any of my mental space. That's not just a cool quote. That's a mindset that separates good players from great ones. If he really has that ability to block out the noise, I think he's actually going to be really, really good in this league. And from what I've seen in these Browns rookie camp reports, he's already starting to prove it. The kid wowed the internet with some beautiful throws, and more importantly, he's been working alongside Dylan Gabriel and showing that he belongs. Let me tell you something, that competitive environment is exactly what Shedeur needs right now. Here's where things get a little controversial, and I want to be real with you guys about this. There's been some talk about whether Shedeur's going to get a fair shot in Cleveland, and honestly, that's a legitimate concern. You've got this dynamic where Dylan Gabriel was their 3rd round pick, and Shedeur was the 5th round pick. On paper, Gabriel should have the advantage, right? But here's what I'm hearing from people who know the situation, and this is where it gets interesting. There's a question about whether owner Jimmy Haslam had any influence on the Shedeur pick. Now, I'm not saying that's definitely what happened, but if it did, that could actually work in Shedeur's favor. Think about it. If the owner wanted him, ties are probably going to go to Shedeur, especially because he's already got that celebrity factor being Dion's son. But here's my take on this, and I'll be honest with you guys, I hope that's not the case. I don't want Shedeur to get opportunities just because of politics or celebrity status. I want him to earn it because he's clearly better than Dylan Gabriel, and from what I'm seeing, that's exactly what's happening. The reports coming out of Browns mini camp are that Shedeur played better than Gabriel, and that's huge. These 3 days were sneaky important because Gabriel was supposedly ahead coming in. If the reports were saying Shedeur was all over the place while Gabriel was sharp, that would have been a problem. But that's not what happened. Instead, we're hearing that Shedeur looked composed, accurate, and ready. That's exactly what you want to see from a young quarterback who's trying to prove he belongs. And here's the thing, if he can break camp as the backup quarterback behind Joe Flacco, that's actually a great result for him. Why? Because if you're Joe Flacco's backup in 2025, that means at some point in 2025, you're probably going to be a starter. Flacco's not getting any younger, and teams don't usually rely on 40-year-old quarterbacks for a full season, unless they absolutely have to. Let me get back to something that really impressed me about Shedeur, and this is where I think people are starting to realize they might have misjudged him. Every time this kid does media, I'm more surprised he did so poorly in those pre-draft interviews. Like, seriously, how did teams not see what we're seeing now? There's been some talk about whether he was purposely tanking those interviews, and honestly, that's starting to make more sense to me. Think about it, every single interaction we've seen with Shedeur, outside of that draft interview window, has been glowing. There was that story about him walking around and shaking hands with all the camera guys during Super Bowl Radio Row week. Apparently, no one had ever done that before and for years. For a guy who's been in the spotlight his entire life, he's handled almost everything really well. Sure, there was that one unfortunate tweet about a former teammate, and the suitcase full of money at the party might have rubbed some people the wrong way. But there's nothing objectively wrong with either of those things. What I'm starting to think is that maybe, just maybe, Shedeur and his camp were playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers. Maybe they knew that falling to a team like Cleveland, where there's less pressure and more opportunity, was actually better for his development than going to a team with sky-high expectations. And you know what? Looking at how he's handling this whole situation, I think that strategy might have been genius. He's in a perfect spot now. Low expectations, a veteran quarterback ahead of him to learn from, and a coaching staff that's probably thrilled to have gotten what they think is first-round talent in the 5th round. Here's what I really want to know from you guys. Do you think Shedeur's mental toughness is going to be his biggest asset in the NFL? Because from what I've seen, that ability to block out the noise and just focus on football is rare. Most young quarterbacks get caught up in the media circus, the pressure, the expectations. But Shedeur seems to have this natural ability to just lock in and play. And let's be real about something else. The kid can flat out play. Those throws he was making in rookie camp weren't just pretty. They were NFL level accurate. The arm talent was never in question. But seeing him translate that to the professional level so quickly is impressive. I think there are some people in that Browns building who might be better than Kenny Pickett right now, and that includes Shedeur. If he can earn that backup job behind Flacco, he's going to be in a perfect position to take over when the time comes. But here's what's really got me excited: the way he's approaching this whole situation. He's not complaining about falling to the 5th round. He's not making excuses. He's just putting his head down and working. That's the kind of mentality that wins in this league. Look, I could be wrong about this, but I really think we're about to see something special from Shedeur Sanders. The combination of his talent, his mental toughness, and the situation he's in Cleveland. It all feels like it's lining up perfectly. And while Travis Hunter is getting all the attention as a potential face of the league, I think Shedeur's quietly building something that's going to surprise a lot of people. These two Colorado teammates are about to show the NFL what they're made of, and I'm here for every second of it. What do you guys think about all this? Are you as excited as I am about what Shedeur's going to do in Cleveland? Let me know in the comments, because I love hearing your thoughts on this stuff. And if you think I'm crazy for believing in Shedeur this much, tell me that too. I can handle it. The bottom line is this: Shedeur Sanders is exactly where he needs to be, doing exactly what he needs to do. The kid's got that rare combination of talent and mental toughness that you can't teach. And I think Cleveland got themselves a steal in the 5th round. So while everyone's talking about Travis Hunter being the new face of the NFL, don't sleep on Shedeur Sanders quietly building something special in Cleveland. Trust me, we're going to be talking about both of these guys for years to come. If you're as excited about this as I am, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, because we're going to be covering every step of Shedeur's journey this season. And let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to have the bigger impact this year? Travis Hunter or Shedeur Sanders? I think it's going to be closer than people expect.